You all, the report from the Committee on Reference is walking its way up with a couple folks. Let's stand and sing while we receive that on the stage. Let's stand and sing. With you this afternoon, and together we will move forward following the Spirit conferencing together. I'm grateful for the collaboration and help of Bishop Gregory Palmer and Bishop Christian Alstead in this session, as well as our conference secretary, Gary Graves, and our parliamentarian, Leonard Young. Let us hold the crosses that have been given to us. And in a moment of centering, let's remember some verses from Ephesians, which we heard earlier, which Bishop Carter opened up to us in the morning sermon. We were once far off, but have been brought near. Christ is our peace. We have been made one. Christ has broken down the wall. We are one new humanity. Peace has come to us through the cross. Christ is able to accomplish abundantly far more than we might dream or imagine. Let us live lives worthy of the calling of Christ with humility and patience. Let us make every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Loving God, this midday time of refreshment and connection and community which we have enjoyed has been your welcomed gift. We confess we are honored with the responsibility of being in this place, yet humbled by the weight of it. Thank you for this afternoon of engaging again the opportunity before us to be renewed in hope, the certain hope that you are with us, as we seek to relate with faithfulness and compassion with all the human family, particularly LGBTQI friends, family members, disciples of Christ, neighbors around the world. We offer this prayer in the strong name of Jesus. Amen. This afternoon, we will heed the lesson of our mentor and friend, Gil Rendell. There's not much time, so we're going to work slowly. It will be important when any of us speak, including myself, to speak slowly with pauses so that the translation may be done well and we may all be included in this good work. It will be important for you to have at hand very soon your headset, your voting device, and your agenda for the afternoon, particularly page 294. And now I would like to turn to Chuck Savage for a report from the Committee on Reference.
Peace and grace to you, my brothers and sisters. The Committee on Reference met over the lunch hour based on a decision that was made by the Judicial Council that came from, I think, the Standing Committee on Central Conference Matters. And we reassigned to them several petitions. I apologize for not having the page numbers, but this is hot off of the press. The petition numbers are 90015, 90041, 90048, 90078, 90079, and 90018. Bishop, this concludes our report.
Thank you. The report is before us. It does not require any action. We'll turn now to a technology review to assure that we all are connected and ready to engage well the work of the afternoon.
Thank you. So we're another game of Simon Says. So if you've all got your keypads handy and your smart cards, and then we'll just go through the process of putting our smart cards into the top of our keypads with the chip facing you. And then when you insert that, the main thing is that you see your name at the top of the keypad. So if you don't see your name at the top of the keypad, if you can wave your flag. I've got two here. So we'll send a page to you two if you keep waving. Looks like there's pages on their way. So we'll get that rectified for you. I don't see anyone else. So I'm going to look to my colleague and ask the number, because we can actually see you all putting your cards in your keypads. So we'll run a little report to make sure you're all here. I see another, I reckon there's another flag waving at the back. So we'll send a page to you. So we'll just make sure you're all present and correct. Yeah, so if you can keep your little flags raised, we'll have a page come to you. Okay, I've just received a note actually. If you weren't scanned in before as you came onto the floor, we would need to scan you into the system. So using the scanners, it would be good if you didn't scan in on your way onto the floor, for you to make sure that you do that. But we will get the keypad count just now. So we actually have 780 of you returned from lunch, so that's good news. So what we'll do is we'll now do just another practice. So we'll do a yes. Well, we'll do a yes/no vote, but I'll ask you all to vote yes. It's easier for me to do the math that way. So when we're ready, we shall open the poll, and you can all press 1. So if you could all press 1 on your keypads, please. And again, we'll do the countdown to keep you all on task. So press 1, make sure your smart cards are inserted. Now we've got some flags just over here. We'll come to that table afterwards, no problem. And then we can see the count for all those that voted. Number 1 for yes. Okay. I think we're pretty close. Thank you.
We now move to the prioritization process. The Commission on the General Conference determined that the conference would use a prioritization process to work through the various proposals before this conference. These proposals have been ruled to be in harmony by the Committee on Reference. And to facilitate this prioritization, the Chair recommends the use of the following process. We have flags up. Are those technology flags?
What's the problem?
Are the microphones on in this section of the room?
I'm just going to ask one of my colleagues to go to the table over there. We can see you. Yeah, we'll wander over. I think we have a page at the back.
If there is a request to speak, if you would register that through the pool, it's available to you to make a request to speak. Is the problem taken care of? It appears to be. Each plan or individual petition will be listed on the video screen one at a time. Petitions have been grouped together that are part of the same plan, and each grouping will be considered together as one unit. Petitions which have not been grouped into a plan will be considered individually. For example, the One Church plan has 15 petitions attached to it, so it will be considered together, all 15 petitions. For each of these plans and petitions, delegates will use your electronic voting devices to indicate whether the plan or petition on the screen is a high priority for the consideration of the committee or a low priority for the consideration by the committee. A 1 will be your designation for high priority. A 2 will be your designation for low priority. Results of each prioritization will not be shown until all plans and petitions have been prioritized. Following the completion of all the rounds, each plan and petition will be shown with priority percentages and vote count. The officers of the Legislative Committee will then use this prioritization and will first present to the committee the plan or petition that has received the highest percentage of support. Ultimately, the Legislative Committee will have to choose one plan to report as the majority report of the conference. So in the committee, the plan with the highest priority will be considered first, and during its consideration, other plans may be moved as substitutes, petitions may be moved as substitutes as we work on those pieces together. The plan that ultimately is recommended by the Legislative Committee will be the plan brought to the floor of the plenary session for further debate and vote according to the plan of organization and rules of order. If you'll hold for just one moment, I'd like to finish explaining the process, and then I'll be glad to recognize someone to speak. The reason this procedure is recommended is that without it, Rule 36 of the Rules of Order would prevail. This rule indicates that the officers of the Legislative Committee on their own would establish priorities for consideration. By doing the prioritization now, it means the conference will determine the prioritization and not just the 3 officers of the Legislative Committee. I've outlined the process which you have had before you in print. I hope that it's clear. I would like to recognize to speak Epsi Sede Aluko. Could you come to the microphone? Number 2, microphone number 2.
There's some people that want to reconsider others, so you better get them in.
I don't see him up here, though. Chair decision. Appeal chair decision. We have 3. But where, it's not up here. You have registered to speak. One moment.
So this is a 4. This is the against rise.
Yeah, right.
And so there's one here up here.
I'd like to recognize Steve Winde. Microphone 1. Where's the mouse?
Appeal from the decision of the chair.
Are they speaking?
Microphone 1, Steve Winde. Which is 1? Which is 1?
Bishop, I am so sorry. I don't know how to undo anything. We were trying to figure it out, and we've been trying to turn it off ever since we did. So, my apologies.
Thank you very much. My memory is that you undo by simply Well, I'll let our technology people tell you.
Yeah, to remove yourself from the pools, you just press the little microphone button again. And when you press that button, it will ask you, are you sure you want to leave the pool? And you just reply yes. Okay.
Don't worry, it takes a little bit for us to get used to using these and to realizing how we can sign on and sign off if we need to. Jeremy Rezon, microphone 1. Jonathan Rezon, microphone 1.
Speaking for what? I think you've got to pay attention to the cue where the reconsider other are popping up. Those are procedural motions. Where is that? Did you see that?
I'm Jonathan from the Northeast Philippines Annual Conference. My concern is with my fellow delegates from the Philippines. They don't have their gadgets, and a while ago, it came too late. The 4 pads that needs to vote. So we asked the pages to provide us the necessary gadgets. Thank you.
Is it a question of interpretation or of the voting devices? Both. I'll turn to our conference secretary.
The interpretation devices are located in the pre-function B lobby and needed to be checked out, was the instruction that I was given from our interpretation team. The voting device should be at the table. If not, a page will be able to take care of that, but we just need to have the flag raised, and the pages will be going to check out those flags.
Jisung Kwak, microphone 2. Right. These names may be in the queue erroneously in the pool.
I apologize. I was testing my device, and I thought that I properly did it, but I apologize.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. We're figuring this out together. Jeremy Pridgeon. Microphone 2.
Bishop, members of the General Conference, I'd like to request the General Conference to refer to the Judicial Council a request for a declaratory decision as to the constitutionality of paragraph 304.5 in light of paragraphs 16 and 33 of the Constitution of the United Methodist Church. Paragraph 304.5 reads, in all votes regarding license, ordination, or conference membership, the requirements set forth herein are minimum requirements. In paragraph 16.2, section 2, Article 4 of the Constitution. The discipline reads, "The General Conference shall have full legislative power over all matters distinctively connectional, and in the exercise of this power shall have authority as follows. 2, to define and fix the powers and duties of elders, deacons, supply preachers, local preachers, exhorters, deaconesses, and home missioners." Paragraph 33 of Section 6, Article 2 of the Constitution reads as follows. "The annual conference is the basic body in the church, and as such shall have reserved to it the right to vote on all matters relating to the character and conference relations of its clergy members, and on the ordination of clergy, and other such rights as have not been delegated to the General Conference under the Constitution." Does the General Conference have the authority to set minimum requirements in all votes regarding license, ordination, or conference membership in 304.5 in light of paragraph 16.2, which grants the General Conference only the authority to define and fix the powers and duties of elders, deacons, supply preachers, exhorters, deaconesses, and home missioners, and paragraph 33, which reserves to the annual conference the right to vote on all matters relating to the character and conference relations of its clergy, and on the ordination of clergy, as such other rights have be delegated to the General Conference under the Constitution. If I have a second, I'd like to speak to it.
Is there a second? You do not need to use your devices. There is a second. You may speak.
Well, it's long established precedent that the General Conference shall have full legislative authority over all matters distinctively connectional. The Constitution delineates those matters which are considered distinctively connectional in paragraph 16. Significantly, the stated constitutional powers of General Conference do not include the authority to set minimum requirements for licensing and ordination of clergy. Paragraph 33 establishes that the annual conference is the basic body in the church. The right to vote on all matters regarding the character and conference relations of clergy members and ordination of clergy are reserved to the annual conference. This is enshrined in our Constitution and cannot be infringed upon by legislative decree of the General Conference. Powers and duties exist only when status has been granted. Until status is recommended by the Board of Ministry and granted by the clergy session, individuals remain candidates for ministry in their respective conferences. Fixing powers and duties in paragraph 16.2 are distinctively connectional matters to ensure consistency across connection. The process by which status is granted for persons to exercise power and carry out duties is the exclusive property of the annual conference, as it has not been delegated to the General Conference as outlined in paragraph 16. Annual conferences have clear authority under the Constitution. The General Conference cannot intrude into the authority of an annual conference except in exercising its full legislative power over all matters that are distinctively connectional. In 304.5, the General Conference exceeds its constitutional authority in establishing requirements and standards for clergy.
Jeremy, thank you very much. I believe the 3-minute limit is upon us.
Okay.
The 3-minute limit, I would remind all of us, is from the beginning of the time in which we begin to speak. Your motion is before us. It's been seconded. It will require a 1/5 or 20% vote of the body. Is there more debate on the motion? Would anyone wish to speak against it? If you would take out your voting devices, and we will open the poll. Ready to vote. We're ready to vote. Vote now. It is referred, and we need a copy of that for the conference secretary. I'd next like to call on Joe Kilpatrick at microphone number 2.
Can we do number 4?
Certainly.
Thank you. Joe Kilpatrick, North Georgia Conferences. In looking at the numbers of people voting, it seems we're short, somewhere around 50 to 100 people. Is there any concern about this? Is there any way to do an additional test or determine what problems are?
I'll turn to our conference secretary.
They are looking into the signals that they are receiving. They will give us a report in just a moment. I would suggest, Raymond, if you would like to lead us in a short song, now might be a good moment.
Falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I've ever known. Falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I've ever known. In those arms, I feel protected. In those arms, never disconnected. In those arms, I feel protected. There's no place I'd rather be. Falling in love, falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I've ever done. In those arms, I feel protected. In those arms, never disconnected. In those arms, I feel protected. There's no place I'd rather be.
Thank you. We have received word. Thank you very much. We have received word from the technology system that there are 820 devices with cards properly entered that are sending signals to the machines, and the machines are talking back to one another. 820 is the number of active devices at the moment. Please check your device to make sure that you see your name at the top of the screen. 820, please check your name at the top of the screen. If you do not see your name at the top of the screen, please raise the checkered flag and pages will be coming around to help you with the devices. Pages will be coming. We have pages that are headed in this direction.
I'd like to recognize Chapel Taylor at microphone 1.
Chapel Temple, Texas Conference. 820 would still leave 44 unaccounted for. I just wonder if we're aware if we're having visa difficulties, travel difficulties, if any of our delegations haven't made it.
We can verify the attendance of all of those situations. I cannot do it at this moment, but I will have someone look into that. 820, that leaves us, as you said, 44 individuals. I will ask that as we are doing the screening in and out, part of our way of checking that and double checking it was to try to do the scanning of the barcodes. During the lunchtime, not everyone exited the area and they were not able to clear the queue and get you, clear the system and get you back into the seated area. So we're testing that. We will do the attendance forms, which are not due into our office until this afternoon, to be able to verify all of that. If we're at 820 cards in, if there are 40 individuals that are waving flags, we will know that is the difference. If not, people may just be absent from their seats in this moment, and we would have to verify that by hand.
Recognize Lonnie Chafin at microphone 1.
Thank you, Bishop. Lonnie Chafin, Northern Illinois Conference. Just wanted to clarify, I heard, when I look at my screen, the first thing I see in the top left corner is join the pool. You can join the pool. I can see behind that printed my name. So some people may not see their name in the top left corner and may think their device isn't working because they're looking for it. So I just want to offer that as an observation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience and participation as we work through these first attempts to use the voting devices and to conference together. We are about to move in now to the prioritization process, and I explained it to you earlier. You have read it, studied it, I'm sure. I'd like to ask the body to affirm that process. Would you take your voting devices? And if you would affirm the prioritization process as published and as described, would you please press 1? Press 1. If not, 2 in a moment when it goes up on the screen. In a moment. It's not ready yet. It's now open. Please indicate yes for affirmation, no if not. Thank you for your affirmation of the process. So we will move into this at this time. We will now proceed to consider each plan or petition that is not in a plan in the order they were submitted to the General Conference Secretary. That is in the numerical order. So we will begin with the first plan, the One Church Plan. We have some technology issues over here and over here. These are all technology issues. This is important. We'll get to you. We won't start until we care for these. In order for us to work through some of these technology issues, I suggest we take a break for 10 minutes, a standing break. Greet your neighbors. Don't go too far. Don't go away, but be at ease. Take a break for a few moments while we work on these technology issues.
Thank you. If you could make your way to your seats, that would be helpful. Please make your way to your seats. Thank you by helping us by getting back into your seats, taking your voting and speaker recognition devices, checking for your name. One word that we have been given that would perhaps be helpful is if you thought that you wanted to speak but you changed your mind, you would be pushing the microphone button for the second time to exit the pool. It actually asks you, are you sure? And you have to press yes. You have to press the button for yes. If you press cancel, that is not the answer that will get you out of the pool. So please be sure to answer the question when it is asked, yes, you are sure that you would like to leave the pool. Simon Bryan from Lumi Technologies is going to lead us through another evaluation of the system and a few reminders that perhaps will be helpful.
Thanks, Gary. So just a few clarifications, as Gary says, when you are trying to exit the pools, it's the green, you press the microphone button to leave. You will press the green button, yes, to confirm that you would like to leave the pool, not the cancel button. It would be useful if anyone has Wi-Fi hotspots, if they're turned off, just in case that's affecting your table. So if you could turn off any Wi-Fi hotspots. We've just done a report, and we actually have 780 people in the room. We have 780 cards currently inserted into keypads. That's an accurate count. So what we thought we would do is just give a quick yes question again, just to make sure that everyone's comfortable. We're going to give a little bit longer. The way the system works is when you press your response, a confirmation is sent back to your keypad. Now, oftentimes, if you responded no, it would confirm that a no has been received. So don't be confused with that saying not received. It's saying no received. But we'll do a test if everyone could press 1 for yes. We'll give you 1 minute to press your buttons this time just to make sure we count everyone's votes. So if we could put our...
One explanation about the additional time. In a room this vast, the signal does move a little bit more than it does in a smaller contained space. And so we are going to leave the timer open for the votes to be recorded for a full minute. Again, one of the pieces that Simon said, if your device is registering yes, received, that is an easily understood piece, but perhaps the confusing portion is if you have cast a no vote, it says no received, which means your no vote has been received. So that perhaps is one of the pieces that has been a bit confusing as people are working through the translation and the interpretation of what the device is telling us. That is one of the suggestions that was given to us during the break.
So you should all see that you can now vote, and we can all vote yes. Press 1 to vote yes. Yes, sir. If a page could come to the front here, we have a flag. And another
So
one.
everyone at this point should see yes received on your handset.
It may well say sending as well as the vote gets to the keypads.
Are you ready?
Okay, there we go. So a few of you wandered back into the room. Thank you for that.
We've
still got a few no's. I won't tell you off too much.
Thank you to the 17 people who are trying to keep us on our toes. That is registering 800, and that is the number we will move forward with at this moment.
Before we proceed further, we have a prayer request that we have received. One of the South Congo delegates, Mutaba Pasa, has been taken to the hospital. So let us pause and intercede for healing. Let us pray. How precious is your steadfast love, O God. All people may rest in the shadow of your wings, feasting at the abundance of your table and drinking from the well springs of your great delight. Pour out the abundance of your blessings upon Mutaba Pasa. Be with those who are caring and surrounding this, our friend. Grant healing and strength, we pray. And in this moment, on this Sunday afternoon, we remember in our hearts and minds others from our homes far away in silence. And we hold them in our hearts, knowing that you, O God, hold them in your hearts. Be with us as we move with confidence into the next steps of our work together. Amen. We'll now begin with the prioritization process. And we begin with the first plan, the One Church Plan. The information about this plan and its conforming amendments are found in Volume 1 of the Daily Christian Advocate and includes petitions 1001 through 90014 that are on pages 164 to 168. We will prioritize this plan now, so please pick up your voting devices. And in a moment, we will ask you to press 1 if you believe this plan is a high priority for consideration of the committee. You will press 2 if you believe this plan is a low priority for consideration of the committee. and we will take a 1-minute vote. We will take a 1-minute ranking. Please vote now. The poll is now closed, and remember, we will not share the rankings until all have been prioritized. We move now to the second, the Westpath recommendations, petitions 90016 through 90017 on pages 168 and 169 of the ADCA. Again, you will press 1 if you favor high priority. You will press 2 if you believe this should be a low priority for the committee. This will be a 1-minute vote. Please indicate now, 1 or 2, high or low. The poll is closed. We move to the third Connectional Conference Plan. Petition numbers 90019 through 90031, pages 170 to 182. You will press 1, high priority, or 2 if you favor low priority.
The reminder is that 90018 has been reassigned to the Standing Committee on Central Conference Matters. The remaining portion of the Connectional Conference Plan is what is being prioritized at this moment.
Please indicate your vote now. The poll is now closed, and we move to the next plan, the traditional plan, except 90041 and 90048. Petitions 90019 through 90031, pages, my apologies, 90032 through 90040. 90042 through 90047 on pages 182 through 86 and 190 through 94. 1, if you favor high priority, low is number 2. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is now closed, and we move to the next. A graceful exit as a way forward, petition number 90051 on page 197. If you would rank this as a high priority, number 1, a low priority, number 2. Please indicate your preference now. Polls are closed. The next petition, a traditional way forward with enhanced reinforcement, 90052, page 197. Please press 1 if you believe this should be a high priority, number 2, low priority. Please indicate your preference now. Poll is closed, and we move to a petition to replace paragraph 161G, petition number 90055 on page 199. Number 1, high priority. Number 2, low priority. Please indicate your preference now. The poll now closes, and we move to the Abeyance of Trust Clause Enforcement, petition 90056 on page 200. You will press 1 if you favor high priority, 2 if you favor low priority. Please indicate your preference now. Poll is closed. Definition of gender, petition number 90057, page 200. Number 1, high priority. Number 2, low priority. Please indicate your preference now. Poll is closed. Next petition is disaffiliation. New paragraph 2548. Petition number 90058, page 201. Press 1 if you favor high priority. Press 2, low priority. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed. The next petition, disaffiliation, new paragraph 2549, petition number 90059, page 201. Please press 1 if you consider this a high priority, press 2 if you consider this a low priority, and please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed. Retain paragraph 161G, petition number 90062, page 202. Press 1 for high priority and 2 for low priority. Please indicate your preference now. Poll is closed, and we move to disaffiliation, new paragraph 2553, petition 90066, page 205. Press 1 if you favor high priority, press 2 if you consider this a low priority for the committee. Please indicate your preference now. poll is now closed. Marriage, petition number 90067, page 206. One for high priority, two if you favor low priority. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed, and we move to the simple plan. Petition numbers 90068 to 90075, pages 207 to 210. If you believe this is a high priority for consideration of the committee, press 1. Low priority, press 2. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is now closed. The next petition, interpretation of fidelity in marriage for deacons, petition 90077, page 210. Please press 1 if you indicate a high priority, 2 low priority for the committee consideration. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed, and we move to the next petition, number 90082, on inclusiveness. On page 223, press 1 if you favor high priority, or 2 if you favor low priority in committee consideration. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is now closed. Some of you may have thought I skipped the modified traditional plan, 90078, but that has gone to the committee. That's why we did not, the standing committee. Now before us is the petition on human sexuality, 90083, page 223. Press 1 if you favor high priority, 2 if you favor low priority by the committee, and please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed, and we move to the one new discipline plan, petition 90084, page 223. Please press 1 if you consider this a high priority, 2 low priority, and please indicate your preference now. Poll is closed. The petition on inclusiveness, 90087, page 231. Please press 1 if you consider this a high priority, 2 if you consider this a low priority for the committee. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed. Chargeable offenses, petition number 90088, page 231. If you favor high priority of the committee, press 1. Low priority, press 2. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed. Petition number 90089, Sexual Practices, page 231. If you consider this petition a high priority, you will press 1. Low priority, press 2. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is closed. Petition numbers 90090 through 90092, Fully Inclusive Way Forward, page 233. Please press 1 if you consider this a high priority, 2, a low priority. Please indicate your preference now. The poll is now closed. This concludes the prioritization process, and the results of the prioritization process will be shown to the conference. We're going to sing a moment, and then they will be shared with the conference. Let's stand.
Is
praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Say, God my Savior, God my Savior, God my healer, my deliverer, God my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. God my Savior, my healer, God my healer, my deliverer, God my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah is to our God. Every praise is to our God. One more, every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Come on, let me hear you, beautiful people. Every praise is to our God. Now lift your hands and say, sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Now, God my Savior, God my Savior, God my healer, my deliverer, God my deliverer. Tell somebody, yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. God my Savior, God my healer, my deliverer, God my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. So we have been enjoying our time in St. Louis, but we want to take the music to a place that's a little warmer. Is that okay? So repeat after me. Say, hear my cry, O Lord.
Hear my cry, O Lord.
So we're going to put a little West Indian flavor on this. Is that all right?
Yes.
And by the time we're done, it will be much warmer in this place. Amen. Hear my cry, O Lord. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth, will I cry out to thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I, that is higher than I. Hear my cry, O Lord. Hear my cry, O Lord. Attend unto my prayer. From the ends of the earth, will I cry out to thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, that is higher than I. Oh, I thought that was the cut sign. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. For thou hast been a shelter for me, that is higher than I. Hear my cry, O Lord, hear my cry, O Lord. Attend unto my prayer. From the ends of the earth will I cry out to thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. I think they got the moves in the middle. Higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me. There you go, there you go. And a strong tower from the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. Yes, Pastor, hear my cry, oh Lord. Attend unto my prayer. From the ends of the earth will I cry out to thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. Come on, a little louder. You look beautiful.
How I got over. How did I make it over? Oh Lord, you know my soul looks back and wonders, how did I make it over? How I got over. Coming on over all these years, you know my soul looks back and wonders, how did I make it over? As soon as I see Jesus, the man who died for me, the man who bled and suffered, well, he hung on Calvary. I'm gonna thank him for how he taught me, and I'm gonna thank God for how he brought me. I thank God for how he kept me. I'm gonna thank him 'cause he never left me. I'm gonna thank him for old-time religion, and I'm gonna thank him for giving me a vision. And I'm gonna join the heavenly choir. Oh, I'm gonna sing and never get tired. I'm gonna sing glory, hallelujah, and I'm gonna shout all my troubles over. You know I gotta thank God for being so good to me. Tell me how I got over. Oh Lord, it's been a mighty hard time. I see Jesus, the man who died for me, the man who bled and suffered, well, he hung on Calvary. I'm gonna thank him for how he brought me. I'm gonna thank God for how he taught me. I thank God for how he kept me. I'm gonna thank him 'cause he never left me. I'm gonna thank him for old time religion. I'm gonna thank him for giving me a vision. And I'm gonna join the heavenly choir. Yes, I'm gonna sing and never get tired. I'm gonna sing glory, hallelujah. And I'm gonna shout all my jokes over. You know I gotta thank God for being so good to me. Tell me how I got over. Oh Lord, I've been falling and rising all these years. Don't you know my soul looks back and wonders, how did I make it over?